Alrighty, welcome back to Farm Sim 22 with the Rude Man. And I don't seem to have a camera this morning. Let's see if I can find it. There's Andy. Yeah, for some reason it's not finding my camera. I guess I should have tested that before I came on. What is going on? Well, bear with me. I'll be right there. There we go. All right. Hey, I'm back. Um, there we go. All right. I have no idea. It says something about my speaker changed. So I don't know what that means. But anyway, here I am. Get this camera to adjust here. Come on. Okay. It centers. It automatically centers itself. So we're back. C is now functions. C is now functional. Andy, how's Andy doing? You're doing okay, aren't you, Andy? Matthew's here. AV work, no C. And howdy. How diddly. Andy. Andy. I got to hear that Andy's all right from his own lips. So, what I've done is I purchased two more pieces of land. This piece right here and this piece right here. Each one was only 22,000 smackaroonies. So they're pretty cheap. So I spent less than 500,000 on both of those. And so I had 3 million left, so I'm doing fine. But I've got a lot of work to do, so I'm trying to take these trees out. It keeps telling me I don't have access, but it takes the tree, so I don't understand what's going on here. I mean, obviously, if you look at the mini map, I'm over in the next man's field. I know I am, because you can see the border is that gray line that goes down, and I'm on the other side of it. So, but it's letting me take his trees. I don't get it. So I'm trying to find out where my land ends, and it might be right here. No, it says no. Okay, let's go a little bit further. And I should be able to tell because it should line up with that field right there. So I think that it's probably right about here. Or something like that. Well, sorry to hear that, Andy. I'm glad you're feeling better today, though. And hey, to be honest with you, there's many days that I do a live stream that I don't feel like being here. And so I know how you feel. I had one of those the other day. I just was not feeling well. And I did, I can't even remember what it was. Was it Fallout? I don't recall. but I did it anyway, and I got the feeling better by the end of it. And I actually did an extra hour, if you remember. Um, but, you know, a lot of times for me, it's like I don't feel good on a regular basis because of, you know, some of the things that I've got. I mean, you know, I've got diabetes and heart problems, and you know of the story. I'm fine. I'm not complaining. Everybody has health issues, and I'm fine. I'll probably live to be 110. But and so I try not to complain about it. But my point is, there's many days where I don't feel, you know, 100%. Many days, enough so that once or twice a year I'll get up and feel like $1,000,000. I feel like I could run a marathon, and I look at Carol and I say, "My God, do other people feel like this all the time? Because this is weird. I just feel so good today." It doesn't happen often, believe me. So, like the other day when I wasn't feeling good, my first inclination is I can't let that stop me from doing stuff. If it did, I'd get up and never do anything. Because most of my days I don't feel real good. I'm not sick. I just don't feel, you know, like, you know, especially with something like this where you're trying to be entertaining. I can't be I can't be entertaining if I'm sitting here bitching that I don't feel good. So I try not to, but it's hard because it is how I feel. And I am an honest guy. Sometimes. Come on, get that stump. Get it? There it goes. Okay, well, while I'm doing this, let's get out of here. It won't let me out. There we go. And I'll show you around. Let's see. We need to turn flight on, turn speed on. All right, so what I did this morning is I came in, I bought these 2 pieces of land, and I finished the seeding and plowing of these fields here. So they're all done. This one is canola. This one is soybeans. I wish I'd have done that one in soybeans, that bigger one. Oh, I came in and I put grass around the rocks, so I keep hitting the rocks. So I came in and put a little ground around the rocks so I don't have to hit it all the time. I was lurking. Really? Oh, because if you were watching, then you must have heard me say, God, I hope Andy's okay. I said it a couple of times at least, but I'm glad you're feeling better. All right, so yeah, I wish I'd have swapped these and done canola over here, but I've got canola and canola. This is all canola. And I should have done all of this soybeans. And then I did this one corn. So I have 2 canolas, a soybean, and corn. I came across here, and if you remember, these 2 fields were right up to the road. I did put grass in, and I covered the road with grass. I did. And so I had to repaint the road in. So the road looks a little winky, but it's the same width as this one, but it looks a little different because I actually just covered the whole thing with grass and then put the road back in. So there you go. So this is ready. I did not go around this field because right there where there's a grass right there, and then on the other side there's not grass. I don't own that. Somehow that got plowed, but I don't own it, and so I can't fix it. It won't let me paint over it unless I do some kind of a trick. Anthony's in the house. Hey, Anthony. How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm going to hit the rock for sure. So anyway, yeah, I've got this field over here to cut down and this field up here that I've been working on. You can see how much I cleared already, just dinking around. But I got a lot more to do. There's a lot of trees on these two lots. Not so much that one. Not so much. But this one is solid trees, the whole damn thing. So, but in the meantime, I need to get the crops growing. So let me run over and sleep a little bit. Get my coos milked. Whoa! Scared me. Bad tree, bad tree. Oh, Scorpion, while you're doing stuff, try to do save and see if I fixed that. The save is not for this game. It's for Fallout 4. And so it's just save. Where's my house? Somebody moved my house. That ought to wake me up. It works. Save, save, save. Or, hey, it worked. And that's the devil sound. So I'll hear that. The only other time I used that devil sound was with that devil guy in Baldur's Gate. So either way, I should hear it. And it should say, I should immediately hit F5 when I hear that. And I think what I'm going to do is take that Baldur's Gate one and change it to a different sound so that I've only got one meme that uses the devil sound. And if I hear it, I usually have to look and see what it is. But if I hear it, I should just automatically hit the F5 real quick. So we'll see if it works. We're sleeping in the rain, just sleeping in the rain. Dun, 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 dun. All right. That took a while. Let's go check. And you know nothing is grown, but I just want to look anyway. Okay, so nothing. It just, oh, geez, that happened quick. Wow, that scared me too. Everything's scaring me today. What the hell? Good thing I already have my morning constitution. Okay, so the soybeans are coming up. The canola is coming up. Everything's coming up roses. All right, we'll go back and sleep again. Okay, so with that meme, I set it up wrong. It's weird. You have to set it up as a sound. I set it up as a video. That don't work. I don't know why. So as soon as I went back in to edit it, I saw that it wasn't on sound. And I thought, oh, man. So I had to move it over to the sound section. As soon as I did that, then it worked. So weird. Anthony says he's doing very well today. That's good news. Let Andy will loan you some. You got more than 4 or 5 of us. You got more than I do. And I cheat mine in because I don't get any. So yeah, you're broke, don't you know? Andy, Scorp's going to embarrass himself. When look at that, 13,687 grain buckets. See, when I do it from Carol's account, and Carol's account is not logged in. She doesn't log in. She's not a subscriber because I use her as a test when I'm testing something for what other people see that aren't subscribed, and that kind of stuff. I leave her account alone. So, but I do use it for that purpose. Look at the tall grass. Isn't that sweet? These cows are so healthy. Are you cows healthy? I wonder how old they're getting now, because they were babies when I bought them, if you remember. So, let's see. We need to go to cows. Holsteins. Well, they're halfway to being adults. So, that at least that group. This one is, this one's almost there. 83%. Getting close. They're worth a little bit more money now. So, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Do. I can't get that song on my head now. It's the devil made me do it. So did everybody have a good holiday yesterday? Now, I don't know. We had Memorial Day yesterday in the United States. And so it's a day for us to honor veterans, for one. But it's also a day that most people, obviously we honor the veterans. That's what the day's for. But a lot of us honor our own family that have passed. So it's a day for us to go out, put flowers on graves, think about our relatives, that kind of thing, that have passed before us. Unfortunately for me, my relatives are all, a 5-6 hour drive away. So, yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that. But anyway, that's what yesterday was for. And that's what we got the day off for. Scorpion, you said you had to go back in the office. Is that now, this week, or next week?
Your washer is done.
Washer's done. That's, I was doing some towels this morning. We go through the towels with all these people here now. All right. Another night's sleep. In the office the rest of this week. Well, at least it's a short week, right? You reconnected with your folks? I'm going to hound you till one day you do. Is that Mason? Mason, we want to meet your mom one of these days. Have you got a good mom? Do you love your mom? You better say yes. Hey, for nothing else, she lets you use her account. It's raining. It's raining. Thunder and lightning, everything bright is brightening, everything frightening. Thunder, lightning, everything frightening.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Scorp. So, last week, Jeff got the newer Horizon Zero Dawn game. It's been out for a year or two, but it wasn't on the PC, and now it is. So he picked it up a week or so ago. He's already beat it, and the DLC that came with it, because it's been out long enough to have a DLC. So he completed both of them, and he started off Horizon Zero Dawn and played that through so that he could get prepared for this one. And so I know that he played my version of Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out on the PlayStation, when it came out. I played it first, and then he played it. But he wanted to play through it again in preparation for the newer version that's out. Mason says, yes, he loves his mom. Good. I'm glad. Is she a good mom? She is a good mom. Maybe that's what he was saying yes to, that she's a good mom. I haven't played it yet. As a matter of fact, I haven't bought it yet. I decided not to buy it because I, too, decided that I was going to play through Horizon Zero Dawn again. I played through it on the PlayStation. I've purchased it, but I've never played it on the PC. It just sat in my account. So I decided that I'm going to play it again on the PC. So I started it last night, played for a couple hours. And at such time as I finish it all the way through, then I'll buy the new version. And I figure by then it might be on sale. So what I did was I put it in my wish list, and if it goes on sale, I'll buy it. If it doesn't, then I'll just buy it when I'm finished with the first game. But I'm telling you, the graphics look so good. Now I've got this new computer. Well, it's not new anymore, but it's high powered, let's put it that way. And it looks good. Look at those rain clouds go over. Blue skies. Blue skies. Shining on you. Nothing but blue skies. I can't remember the words to that. Still growing. Takes forever. But hey, one good news about speeding time up like that, I should have a ton of oil now. So we got a bunch of oil, and I should have olives now. So we should be able to check on that. Let's see. Oh, what did I just do? Didn't mean to do that. Don't do that. I meant to do this. All right, so we got olives, grapes and olives. Okay. Grapes, olives. Why is it red? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Did I run out of... Oh, I ran out of seeds. Holy smokes. I need to fix that. And this one, I still have some seeds left, and it's almost full. So, wait. No, it's not. But it's getting there. Okay, I need seeds. Water's good. Fertilizer's good. Herbicide is almost out. So we need seeds and herbicide. So let's... I wish there was a quicker way of doing it. But there isn't. What's this? What is this? What is that? Solid fertilizer. Okay, we do have some fertilizer. Let's get that picked up. Hannah Walt, stream is doing good. Thank you. What's up? I haven't heard that in a long time. It's henna? My day's going good, Mason. Binks is here. Jared's here. Hey, Jared, how you doing? I'm assuming Jared's out of school now for the year. Henna, are you from down under? How come it won't let me get those? That's weird. That is really weird. It won't let me pick those up. It is henna. All right. I don't like messing people's names up. Sometimes it's not easy to do. Well, I should say that differently. Sometimes it's very easy to mess up people's names because sometimes they're quite weird. And And when I say that, I mean, maybe it's weird to me. It might not be weird to the person that has the name. For example, Rude Man, there's a story behind that. So, I just didn't pick that out of blue sky. Probably isn't the best name, but anyway, we've got people from down under. Steve the farmer, I haven't seen him for a while. He's a good friend of the channel. But sometimes the timing isn't right for him to come on. Super strength, that's what I'm looking for right there. Let's grab this. Whoa! Henna. Oh! I can see that. Okay, so this isn't... There it goes. It's weird. If you set it down, it won't empty. You have to lift it up and drain it. Isn't that weird? Jeremy, hello. Jeremy's here. Bill's fooling around on Twitch today. Hiya, Bill. So yeah, Henna, I can understand. Am I mistaken that sometimes in Australia they'll say the e sound, the he, as he, or what'd you say, Henna? Or is that New Zealand that does that? That might be New Zealand that pronounces the he as he. Uh-oh. What happened? It didn't empty. What? Why did it not empty? Oh, maybe it's full. It might be full. I bet that's what it was. All right, we got two more. It's UK. I know I've heard it before. I know I've heard it pronounced differently. Just couldn't remember where I heard it. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I already knew that was full. Evidently I didn't, because I tried to put it in again. It's okay, I'm old. I forget shit. Pardon my French. By the way, I think I was talking to Scorpion the other day, but I haven't told you guys. I got my DNA test back the other day. Let me pull it up on the other PC so I can read it. Let's see. I got an email. I used MyHeritage because I thought that MyHeritage does a better job in Europe. And we Americans have only been here 250 years, and we came from someplace else. So some of the ones that we have focus on the United States. I wanted one that focused on Europe, so I did the MyHeritage. And but let me see here. It's a little slow. It's dramatic. Rudy, you are... I am 38% English. 27.6% North and West European. That would be Germany and France and Norway, areas like that. 23% is Mesoamerican and Andean, which is South America. And then 4% is Middle Eastern, which would put me Jewish, I think. And then 7% is 3 more ethnicities. I've got a little Inuit in me, which is up in Alaska. Inuit is Eskimo. I got 1%, something like that. Here's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for something in Scottish or Ireland, and it's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's right from UK, or from England. So 38% is English. Now, my name is St. John, and that could come from Scotland, could come from Ireland, could come from France. Although in France it's Saint Jean, but they pronounce it Saint John because Jean in French is Gian. So I was trying to figure out where my name came from, but it's also from England, and evidently it's from England. 38%. I'm not surprised at the North and West European though either. It's 27%, and I was told that my mother was from Scandinavia, so she was. I think they said either Norwegian or Netherlands. I can't remember for sure. And I was quite young when my grandma died, so I didn't really get to know her. So that's where the North and Western European came from, was from my grandma. The Mesoamerican comes from my mother's side, and that's from South Mexico all the way down to Argentina, that area on the east coast of South America, and that's 23%. So that's where my mom came from. And then there's a little bit of Jewish in me. 4.1 is Middle Eastern. And then 7.1 is 3 other places, including the Inuit. A little bit around Ukraine, Russia area. Just above, there's a little bit. Yeah, that's probably the 7.1 is around Russia area, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's me in a nutshell. The streaming name is Rudeman53. Yes, that's correct. And I told the story, gosh, I don't remember. Was it last week? My name is Rudy, and I used to work for a radio station, and at the radio station they used to call me the Rude Man. So that's when I started doing internet. I had to come up with a nickname, and I couldn't think of anything, so I said, well, I'll just be the Rude Man. So it's a play on my name, Rudy. It's not that I'm rude. And after I chose the name, and there's a lot of rude men out there. There really is. I mean, there was at least 52, so I became 53. But the thing is that after I chose the name, I continually would get people asking me, why do you call yourself the Rude Man? Because we've been listening to you. You don't seem very rude. And then I'd have to say, no, I'm not. It's a play on my name, Rudy, you know. And actually, my name is Rudolph. But I don't go by Rudolph ever, even at Christmas, especially at Christmas. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I end up having to explain my name, and sometimes I wish I hadn't chose that because, you know, there are a lot. I wondered if people have clicked off my videos because they think I'm rude, and they say, "Oh, I'm not going to watch some rude man." So I often thought that it hurt my channel. It can't hurt it anymore. My channel's dead now. So I used to put a video up and get 1,000 views. Now I'm lucky to get 10, 20. Well, I'm not even doing videos right now. I haven't done a video in a year. I've just been doing live streams. Because technically I retired a couple of years ago. All right, so that's it for that. What else did we need? We needed some. Hey, Lori's here. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. What was I doing? Oh, I have to buy. What do I have to buy? I have to buy some herbicide. And dang it, if I don't have to buy it one at a time. I don't like that. But I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Some of these things, if you look at the liquid fertilizer, nope, not that one. The seeds. Did I need seeds? I can't remember. I think I did. So let's pop out and go to the seeds. Okay, solid fertilizer, lime, wheat, seeds. Okay, the seeds are easy. They give you a slider here so you can do 8 at a time. So that's good. Whoops. Okay, let's get out of that. We'll run over and pick some of that up. In my big GMC. I'm doing good, Lori. I don't know if you missed it. I got my DNA test back and I just went over the stats. Did you catch any of that, Lori? Yeah, I did. It wasn't the motor though. I had an old Jeep CJ5 Army surplus. So the seat you sit in as you're driving the Jeep, underneath the seat, there's a hole or a box that your battery sits in. It's under your seat. And so one day I'm just racing the hell up in the mountains, climbing this mountain and racing around like crazy. And all of a sudden, the Jeep died on me. And I thought, what the hell? Did I run out of gas? And I looked and I couldn't tell. The gas gauge wasn't working. I said, what? I must be out of gas because the gas gauge said empty. Then I got to looking at the dashboard. Nothing was working. And so I thought, what the hell? I turned around behind me because I had the top off. So I turn around behind me. About 100 yards behind me sits the battery. It just fell out. So I got out of the Jeep and I looked underneath the seat, and there's a great big hole there. The whole plate, the whole bottom of that metal box just rusted out, and the battery just fell out. And so, yeah, so it wasn't the motor, but that's the only time I had a motor go out on me. You're not funny, Binks. Anyway, you're 350 because of a cam? Yeah. Before I went to college, I went to a mechanic school, auto mechanic school. And I did a year of auto mechanics, and we had to rebuild. That's one of the first things you do is have you rebuild an engine. So I've had to do all that work, grinding valves, all of that stuff. But that was many years ago when we were all in Ford, you know, those old, what do they call those? Model Ts, Model As. I'm kidding, of course. I had a Volkswagen at the time, and I literally got so good at working on that Volkswagen that I could have by myself that engine sitting on the floor in about 15 minutes. taking that little engine out of that Volkswagen. What's my camera doing? There it goes. Needs to center. My camera's self-centering. So if I move, it centers itself. But if I sit up too high, then half my head goes away. I don't like that. Anyway. No, I said I sat on the seat that was above the car battery. Get your story right. What's new? Nothing. Broke a chain, broke a timing belt, and had turbo problems over the years. Yeah. A 350 was never my favorite engine. Okay, now I don't think... Let me see if this takes any of this off. I think the seeds came out, but I'm not sure. Yeah, seeds are coming out. Wow, it took a lot of seeds. Did Lori ever come back on and answer my question about whether she heard any of my DNA results? I missed it if she did. Anybody? I can't see the chat unless I get out of the game and move the chat up and down. Really don't want to do that. Ow. I hit my seeds. Okay, she did hear. Okay. Yeah, the only thing I was disappointed about is I really wanted to have some Scottish or Irish in me. But that doesn't really mean anything, really. I can be Scottish and Irish all I want to be. Just because it's not in my blood doesn't mean that I can't have a little Irish or Scot in me. It's in my heart. It's pretty accurate too. They don't just... another reason why I went with MyHeritage. They don't just do the DNA. They search for your people. And so there is one section that says that I have... that they found my people in the northeast of the country, around Minnesota. That's where my dad's from. So that's pretty accurate. And then the second thing they said is I had some people in Colorado and some people in New Mexico. Well, I don't know what the Colorado is, but I do know that my mom was from New Mexico. So it's pretty accurate. They give you more than just your DNA. They try to set it up so you can find family, and then they even list some things that they found, people they found, like second cousins, cousins of second cousins, first cousins, that kind of stuff. Take a whiskey and now have a little scotch in me. Henna, thank you. Henna gets a tractor. If anybody's able to do that. If not, let me know. I can do it. I have to get out of the game to do it, but I could do it. And you're still Lord Rudy. I am. That's exactly right, Andy. I forgot about that. I do own property in Scotland, and so I legally have the title Lord St. John. So I am a lord, and Carol's a lady. There's a tractor for you, Henny. It's the only thing we can afford, but it's a very big and very useful tractor. I mean, it's all yours. Okay, I'm heading back without the seeds that I need. So let me buy some more seeds. Okay, so let's see. We'll do 8 again. I think I did that, what, 4 times? This isn't going to fill it, but it's going to be enough to get me by. So let's go do that. Hannah says, by the way, I want to say something about mostly people block me after reading that even I do block them, as I am also a streamer. Can I say something if you don't mind? Certainly. Go ahead. Let us know where you stream. I'll check it. I'll check your stream out. Hey, for those of you that didn't hear, if you're not on every week, Andy found his cat again. His cat showed up a day late and $1 short and a couple meals short. No problem. But I'm just going to let you know that I'm not trying to grow my channel. My channel's dead. Like I said earlier, I used to be able to put stuff up and I'd get 1,000 views. Now I'm lucky to get 10 or 20 views on stuff I put up there. So it's pretty much dead. I've been shadow banned for a couple of years now. I speak my mind too often, and so I've been shadow banned for quite a while. And I'm 71 years old. I'm not in any hurry to increase my channel. I told everybody I was going to retire a year or two ago. A couple years now, I think. Okay, this isn't working, so it must be full. Anyway, thank you for your offer and everything, but I'm not trying to grow my channel. And as far as the streaming goes, I was never a streamer. I don't enjoy streaming that much. I only do it because the people that do follow me want me to stream, I'm assuming. And so I try to keep a short schedule, but I never was very hot on streaming. I don't like to be live. I like my joy was in making videos, and so I could make videos and put them up, and either people watched them and liked them or they didn't, and I didn't care. With streaming, I have to be careful of. Sometimes I say things I shouldn't say. Sometimes I get a little bit too political, and so yeah, it's difficult for me because I tend to speak my mind, and I really don't care. Who knows it. And so I have to be careful sometimes of what I say. So I don't really like streaming that much. I don't know what I'd do with 1 million subscribers, man. I think that would age me faster than I'm aging now. Believe it or not, I'll be 71 in about 3 weeks. So, yeah, I'm getting a little tired. All right, so I got to get some crops growing. Let me go pick up some oil while I'm here with the truck. See, I had a goal when I started my YouTube channel. I live in a town of 5,000 people, and all I asked for was to reach 5,000 subscribers. Well, I did that a year or two ago, and I always said I would retire when I reached 5,000 because in my mind, when I first started, I got my first 10 people. And I told Carol, I said, I've got 10 people that weren't relatives or friends. These are 10 people I didn't know. So when I got my first 10 people, I told Carol, I said, look at our living room. Imagine 10 people down there sitting there watching my videos. And that's how I imagined it. Then I got my first 100. And I told Carol, our house isn't big enough. I've got 100 people now. Imagine 100 people in our backyard sitting there watching, the TV on the deck. And that's how I thought of it. Well, the next thing you know, I had 1,000. And then I said, all I want is 5,000. If I get 5,000, that means that everybody in my town is watching me, because there were 5,000 people population in my town. And so when I reach 5,000, I'm going to retire. Well, I did a year and a half ago or so, or 2 years, I can't remember. But I didn't quit, and so anyway, I met my goal, and it isn't 1 million people. I didn't know what I'd do if it was 1 million people. If I had 1 million people, I wouldn't be able to talk to them all. I wouldn't even know who they all were. As it is, I know most everybody that's, that I've got has been with me since the very start. And I can talk personally to them. What'd I make? 37,000 in oil. All right, let me get over to the house and try to get these crops growing here. I need some corn. John's here. John. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be personal because I consider the people in my on my YouTube page my family. They're my friends and family, because literally, I've said this many, many times, I absolutely have no friends where I live. And, there's really no reason for it. Dime Fox, hello, how are you? From Brazil. Thank you. I appreciate that. He likes my broadcast. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have no friends. So if this afternoon I felt like going to having a beer or maybe going to a movie or something, I have nobody to call. Nobody, not one person. And so I consider the people that watch me and listen to me my friends and family. And most of them have been with me from the start. A lot of them have. All right, Jared, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So that being said, if I had 1 million people, there's no way I could know any of them. Can you imagine? I wouldn't be able to even talk with the chat here. They would be going by so fast if I had 1 million. And the people that have that many subscribers, and they do super chats where you have to pay to just talk to them. And I understand that. I don't have a problem with that. Some people have a problem with that, with these streamers that have super chats, and they only answer the super chats because they're getting paid. I understand that. I'm doing this for fun. I don't care if I make any money or not. Although, that being said, I do care, because it does cost me a lot of money. I've got thousands of dollars worth of equipment here, and it does cost me for internet. I have a commercial account, so it costs me $120 a month for internet, so that I can get the best internet I can get in the area I live in. I live on the coast in a small town, and it's hard to get decent internet. So that's why I have a personal account, or a business account, so I can get the best internet I can get here. So it does cost me money to do this. So it's not that I don't, want to make a little bit of money on it. But if I had 1 million people, the only way I could sit and talk with them like I'm talking with you is if you paid me with a super chat, because it go by so fast you can't keep up with it. And the super chats are popped out. So, you know. Anyway, I don't think I'd like that, though. I don't think I'd like that many people. It'd be too much like work. It's enough like work as it is, because I have to keep a schedule, you know, a streaming schedule. Wow, that's a long sleep. Oh, is it soup du jour yet? I'm thirsty. It's not. I thought it was, and it's not. Oh, there went the corn. All right, the corn just went. Ready to harvest. Okay, let's check the canola should at least be turning yellow, which it is. Okay. Soybeans are ready. Canola's still growing. I say this every time with canola. We grow a lot of canola in the countryside that I live in and that I'm from. And canola's so pretty when you look out on the field like this. It's so pretty, and it's like this in real life too. But it looks like that when it's ready to harvest. It looks dead and brown, and when it's ready to harvest. It's so pretty growing, though. Pardon me. All right, let's get some combines going here. I think I only have one corn header, but that's okay. So let's drop this. And grab the corn header. You're my friend. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm streaming on Kick. I'm streaming on Twitch at the same time that I stream on YouTube. I'm not quite sure if I understand what you mean by Kick. I'm old. I'm not hip. Actually, I am pretty hip for being old. If I didn't have the camera, people would think I'm in my 30s, because they have. Over the years, everybody thought I was about 35 years old. And then I started using the camera. And I said I never would. I used to tell people, no, you'll never see me on camera. Never, ever, ever will you see me on camera. I changed my mind when my grandkids started watching because I thought, well, if I'm gone, my videos are still there, and my grandkids and my kids and great-grandkids can watch my videos. But they can't if I don't use a camera. So I started using a camera. Only recently. Even though I said I never would. John, how's it going today? All right, let's see. Trying to think whether I should double up or not. I'm going to start the other end of the field. All right, it is now soup du jour time. Soup du jour is the soup of the day, and I do have a Dr. Pepper. I'm thinking about it. I haven't had one for a while. Normally, that's my go-to, Mountain Dew, because I enjoy it so much, and it's got caffeine in it. My doctor, if he finds out I'm drinking caffeine, he's going to be very upset with me. But once, if I'm on a stream, I'll have a Mountain Dew. But that's I do that almost every time. That's my mainstay. is 7 Up because there's no caffeine and no sugar in it. I'm diabetic. Today, though, I think I'm going to go with a pepper. I haven't had a pepper in a long time. Now, there is a difference. Godzilla can drink sugar. He can drink sugar, so he's got a sugar Dr. Pepper. I don't. Mine's diabetic. Oh crap, I just lied. I don't have one cold. Well, Mountain Dew it is. I don't have a Dr. Pepper cold, and I can't drink it if it's not cold. So we're going with soup of the day is Mountain Dew. So there you go. I'm gonna put it in the cooler. Oh my God, it's cold, so cold, and so refreshing. Makes me want to dance. It gives me the energy I don't have anymore. I mean, literally, I take a shower in the morning, I'm wore out. So this helps. Although, again, I'm not supposed to be drinking it. All right, so put the cat away before he wears me out. Just watching him dance wears me out. All right, we're ready to go now. Ready to rock and roll. So, hey, Lori, are you still here? All right, we're going to hire a worker to do this. Hey, he's got a wife beater on. Who's in the wife beater? It's Matt. Matt's in the wife beater. All right, let's get this guy going. John, are you still spreading fertilizer? Or are you on to something new now? All right, let's get this thing open up here. Yeah, isn't that the prettiest green you've ever seen? It's a little dark to be Irish green, but it's green. All right, here we go. Here we go, walking down the street. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. All right, well, now that we got that going, let's see, what else can I do? Let's go see. I can't remember how to get the olives out. I think the olives just dump. Let's go see. You're still spreading fertilizer. Wow, the place you work for must have thousands of acres. Because I saw the spreader you're using. It isn't a small spreader. All right, let's see what we got here. Olives. There we go. So Lori must be out doing stuff. I was going to ask her if she's got any. She's been trying to go fishing, but she kept telling me she wasn't getting any bites. I was going to ask her if she ever got any fishing done. Yep, for all the farmers. Still spreading. Sounds like a pretty good job. Has the weather been good, John? John's in the Dakotas. It gets a little cold up that way. Dang, I was looking for a Dr. Pepper today. I'm gonna have to get some in the fridge. All right, well that's empty, and let's go. I got trees to cut. So let's see, where are we at? Is this? Are we at the bottom of our property? Not sure. Let's see if we can get. We're right on the border, I think. Oh, Lori still hasn't got a bite. Has Rob been going with you, or are you going by yourself? $7,000 acres. Wow. I'm just going to go down the border here and then turn around. We'll come back. And that border can be deceiving. I'm looking at the mini map. If you look at the mini map, you can see the gray lines. That's the border to the property. So I'm in the lower left corner. Dinner's cooking. What's for dinner? Andy got me beat. It's the little things in life. One of the biggest conversations that we have in my family is what's for dinner, what's for breakfast, what's for lunch. It's the little things in life. We all enjoy eating in my household. My dad was that way. My dad had a healthy appetite, and I grew up with 12 other brothers and sisters, and so eating was important because we didn't always have enough to go around, which isn't necessarily true. We never went hungry. What I mean by that is you didn't wait around at mealtime, because if you did, there might not be any left. So when it was time to eat, everybody sat down and got what they could. And we had a rule, and I still have that rule in my family. With my kids growing up, I would tell them, I only have one rule. Take what you want, but eat what you take. In other words, don't waste food. Because when I was growing up with 13 kids, well, including myself, if you took food you didn't eat, it might get wasted, and somebody else might not get any. So you take what you want, take all you want, but eat. You better eat what you take, because otherwise it's wasted food. We couldn't afford to waste food with that many kids. Uh-oh. Come on. I don't have access to the land. Well, that's supposedly on my border. Okay, let's go in a little bit more. Chicken Tetrazzini. He has been with you. That's good. I'm glad. I dread the day that Lori, that you come on and say that Rob doesn't want to do anything anymore because he has friends now. Does that happen to me with Addie? We did everything together. We played games together. We went to the beach together. We were together all the time. And then one day, I said, hey, you want to play some Red Dead Redemption? I have friends now, Grandpa. I said, what? She didn't want to play. She had friends to, yeah, I'm going to play, I'm playing Fortnite now with my friends. And I thought, well, okay. We literally haven't played together since. And it's kind of heartbreaking. Wow, still getting the 30s. That's still chilly, man. Andy's asking what chicken tetrazzini is. It's a game that you play where blocks come down and you have to put them in order so that they'll stack. Oh, wait a minute, that's Tetris. That's not a meal. Well, I don't know, maybe it is. So you're waiting for chicken to come down and you got to stack it up. I know, it's going to take a while, isn't it? Well, that's why most of the time I end up doing this offline. But I got nothing else to do right now, as long as the harvest is going on. Now, I did buy the property across the street here, so that's mine as well. Yeah, it's going to take a while. And, uh-oh, I missed a stump. Let's call it Stumpy. Remember the old days when people used to come in and ask me if I was sponsored by Mountain Dew? And I said, I wish. Wish Mountain Dew would send me a case or two. Leftover chicken with white sauce, roux, Parmesan cheese tossed over spaghetti and baked. That sounds good, Lori. I gotta go check on the combines pretty quick here. Yeah, I told you last week, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that the first episode of Graceland popped up on my feed, my own feed. So it was one of mine. It was the first episode of Graceland. And so I watched it, and I thought, oh, my God, I was having a lot of fun back then. Graceland was probably one of my most favorite maps to play. And then it went, I think Graceland, I think I went over this last week. Was Graceland 15? Farm Sim 15? I think it was. And I was playing Graceland when 17 came out, and I didn't want to switch. It's the first time that I didn't want to switch games. Every other game, Like when 19 came around, okay, I'm done with 17. When 22 came around, okay, I'm done with 19. When 15 came out, I was done with 13. Never played it ever again. But 15, I had a hard time leaving, and I think it was because of Graceland. I was having so much fun with Graceland. And back then, I was the oh hell, can't think of what the program was now. What's that program I used to use? Man, I am getting old. The program that run my stuff with me, for me. Courseplay. I was the king of Courseplay back then. I used to Courseplay with everything. Why can't I cut this tree down? Come on. Come on. I can see chips flying, but it's not working. This is weird. This is going to take, like Andy said, this is going to take me forever. Look at all the trees I got to get. It's going to take me forever. And it's one of those things. My personality is when I start something, I don't want to quit until I'm done. And it drives Carol crazy because sometimes I'll start something late at night. And then she'll keep coming, you need to go to bed. But I'm almost done. I'm almost done. You need to do... you need to go get your sleep. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And I won't quit until I'm done. Especially like when I first started building my own computers, I literally would get stuck on something. I wouldn't quit till it was done and running correctly. But even with games, I'm that way. I don't want to stop. It's Mr. Wife Beater. Shouldn't say stuff like that. What's the other one doing? Who's this? This is Dar. Oh man, I haven't seen Dar for ages. I wonder what she's up to. Yeah, when Courseplay worked right. Can you remember, Andy? I used to have harvest time. I'd have like 4 or 5 combines running and 4 or 5 trucks heading out to get the stuff, all running on Courseplay. So the harvesters would go until they were full. I would have a truck that was assigned to a particular harvester, and so that truck would know when it was full and head out there, grab the grain, take it into the farm, dump it in the bin, and then go back and wait for the next load, and the combine would take off again. All right, I got a problem here. Everything was automated, and if you remember Graceland, one of the reasons that Graceland, if you remember, I had silage clamps, and I had the bucket, the what the hell do they call those things? Front end loader. I would have the front end loader would go in, collect the silage, back all the way out, dump it into a dump truck, and then go back in and get some more, come out, dump it in the dump truck. I had everything automated. And remember the thing? I had thing 1 and thing 2 that were running around the farm doing all kinds of crap. I I want to go back and watch my own videos again. Now, I had a lot of fun back then. Not that I don't have fun now, but it's not quite the same. Man, those were the days. That's what I should do. I should have a nostalgia night and start pulling up some of my old videos and just redoing them on the page. Maybe that's what I should do on Rumble. I've got videos on Rumble, but I don't have anybody following me on Rumble. I should put some of those old videos up there and just call it nostalgia. Rumble in the Bronx. All righty, what's he doing? What are you doing, buddy? You going backwards. Uh-oh, I shut him down. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, no, don't do that. Thing 1 and Thing 2. People used to think I was crazy because I had a name for everything. I had a dump truck I called Stubby. Remember, I used to call the mower Enterprise, the Star Trek Enterprise. I had a name for everything. People thought I was nuts. Well, it's because I can't remember stuff. You know, instead of saying that green combine over there, I'd say, you know, hey, we need to go mowing. Where's Star Trek Enterprise? Because it had those things on the side that look like nacelles. You know, if you know anything about Star Trek, you know what a nacelle is. And it had what looked like nacelles on it, and it looked like the Enterprise. So I called it the Enterprise. And Stubby was a short little dump truck, so I called it Stubby. I had a couple of those, though, with different names. One was Stubby. I can't remember what else I called it. All right. We got The Rock. The Rock is done. One of my favorite movies, The Rock, with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. One of my favorite movies. It's really good. And Nicolas Cage is kind of weird. But he made some decent movies. He's crazy, but he's an actor. I guess they all are, really. Some of these method actors are strange. For example, Nicolas Cage had to play a movie where he got one of his teeth knocked out. So, as a method actor, he wanted to know what it was like to have a tooth knocked out. So he went into a dentist and had one of his teeth pulled without anesthesia so that he could act correctly with a knocked out tooth. That's crazy. That's just crazy. I think it was Ed Norton, an actor, that had a scene where he was drowning in ice water, like in a winter scene where supposedly broke through ice or something. To know how that felt, he would go into a tub of water full of ice and put his head under, and he had to have somebody there with him so that he wouldn't drown, because he wanted to know what it felt like almost drowning in ice water. So he had to have somebody in there ready to grab him and pull him up if he started dying. That's crazy. Some of these actors are just friggin' nuts. Pardon my French. What kind of pop do you have? Today, I'm back to Mountain Dew because I wanted to do a Dr. Pepper, but I have some. I just didn't have any cold. Yeah. There used to be a guy that was one of my subscribers named Big Hoss. And at one point he started making his own videos. And so I used to go on with him and we'd play together. It'd be, it's like playing Red Dead with Scorpion. I was playing Red Dead Redemption with Scorpion one day, and we were riding hell bent for leather, and there was a bridge coming up. I knew there was a bridge there. I rode across the bridge. Scorpion missed the bridge and fell into the canyon and was screaming the whole way down, and it was just hilarious. Let's see. Was there a rock on this? I don't think there's a rock in this field. Yeah, I don't think there's a rock in this field, so I don't have to worry about a rock. This one's got a rock, and there's... Oh, there it is. Over there. Yeah, there's another one that has a rock over that way. Yeah, Andy said he couldn't keep up with it all. When I had 4 or 5, as a matter of fact, in the early days, I don't know what it's like now because I don't use Courseplay anymore. They screwed it up. Well, they didn't screw Courseplay up. Giant changed the way that they made their game, and they couldn't get it to work the same way anymore. So I stopped using Courseplay, but in the early days, you could only have so many pieces of equipment running in the game. So if you had 2 or 3 combines and 2 or 3 trucks, you couldn't have any more because you had 6 rigs running. And I don't remember the number. It might not have been 6. It might have been 8. I can't remember. But it used to run into a problem for me because I wanted to run 4 combines and 4 trucks, and it wouldn't do it. So I'd have to go back and check. But if you think it was hectic to watch, it should have been me trying to get it all set up and running. And there was one, I don't remember which one it was, but there was one. Normally, I would set a couple of combines in a field, one on one end, one on the other, and they would go up and down until they met in the middle. I used to do that normally, and each one would have a truck assigned to it so that the truck would follow it around and make sure the grain got taken to the bins. Then I would go to another field and get 2 more going. Well, one time with Courseplay, there was a way that you could take 1, 2, and 3 combines running all together. So one would start, another one would go right behind it, over, and then the third one over in the next row. Then when they got to the end, they would know that they had to go over three lengths of the combine and start over, so all 3 would be able to go again. It was complicated, but I remember doing that a couple of times and having it all work together, and it looked so cool with 3 combines, one right behind the other, only in their own row, all heading out down the field together. It looked so cool. It wasn't easy to do though, strategically. All right, looks like we got all the olives. I have nothing to do with olives. No production that uses olives except for the vegetable oil factory. So I'm just going to use the olives. I could just sell them as is, but I'm going to make oil out of them and see if I can make a little bit more money. So we're going to dump these in the factory here. And that filled it up. All right. That took all it could took. It took all it could took. Oh, jeez. I must be getting tired. It took all it could took. Sound like the U.S. Army. Be all you can be. All right, so let's check out the olives and see if we're running. Olives. We need to deactivate. That's the greenhouse. I don't want the greenhouse. I want the oil. Here we go. Soybeans, olive. All right, so we're full up of olives. Let's activate it. And then I want to make sure that the olives are going into storage. I don't want them to spawn because I already have canola spawning. So I don't want everything to spawn. Canola's empty, so I can switch now. Let me check. Okay, so canola's not spawning anymore. Ho Henry just subscribed. Thank you, Mr. Henry. Thank you. Mr. Henry gets the tractor. Let me get back in here and take a look at olives again. And we're going to make them spawn. So let's change that to spawning. And we'll take the canola and change it to storing. Okay, Henry, there's your tractor, the only one I can afford. It's big and it's powerful. And it's cheap to run, but it's all yours. All righty. Well, let's get back at it. So we'll start making some olive oil. And I don't think it's virgin olive oil. It's just regular olive oil. We got a lot of trees to cut. What I'll do is I'm just dinking around with this right now because I got nothing else to do while the harvest is going. But I'll cut these trees down offline so you don't have to watch this. This is kind of boring. There. That's weird that it only gets part of the trees. There it goes. And there's the stump. All right, got it. For those of you that are new and watching, as you watch the stream, you're earning grain buckets. So every 5 minutes you earn a number of grain buckets. You can use those grain buckets to purchase things from the store. And what's in the store are these memes that you're seeing, like the tractor. You can purchase that by typing in, if you look at the chat, Andy typed in !redeem my tractor, and he bought that meme for Henry. So as you're watching the stream, if you're participating in the stream by chatting, you get more grain buckets. But everybody gets grain buckets, even if you're just trolling. I'm not trolling. My mind just went. Even if you're just sitting back and watching, it's you're still getting them. Too much caffeine today, eh? So everybody's earning buckets of grain that you can spend like that. I get turned around when I'm doing this. Somehow I got off the border. Run for the border. Run for Taco Bell. Hey, Andy's playing the rude man way. Can't believe it's Tuesday already. It's garbage night. I gotta get the garbage out tonight. And it's recycling. We do garbage once a week, but we do recycling every other week. And it's really weird too. I don't understand this recycling. It used to be you could recycle stuff. Well, now they'll only let you recycle certain things. Like you can't recycle glass. I don't know why. But you can't recycle half of what you used to be able to recycle. Now they only want things like cardboard, some plastic. They restrict what you can recycle. And here's the funny part. They only will recycle things that they can make money from. But they're charging us a fee for recycling. So even if I didn't recycle anything, I still got to pay a monthly fee for recycling. So we're paying for them to recycle things that they make money from. That don't seem right. Because they won't recycle glass or some other things. There's certain things that they won't recycle. So we still have to recycle those ourselves, even though we're paying a monthly fee for our recycling to be picked up. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Some things make sense. Okay, let's say you got a milk carton. Okay, so they want you to rinse it out before you recycle it. Okay, fine. And they want you to take the cap off. And I kind of didn't like that until I realized why they ask you to do that. If you have a plastic jug and you put a cap back on it, you can't squish it because it's full of air and there's no way for the air to get out because you put the cap back on. Okay, I understand that. I can understand that. So it isn't that you can just empty something and then throw it in the bin. You got to do stuff. You got to rinse it out. You got to take the cap off. I don't like taking the cap off until I take it out to the thing because I don't want it leaking all over my house. You know what I mean? That one was doing the twist. Was that the twist? The tree? Did you see the tree was twirling, or is that twerking? The tree was either. In the old days, we'd say it was twitching, or turning. Now I guess it's twerking. What's the difference? I don't know. In 20 minutes, it's Wednesday there. Bill, are you not working today? You don't have to go to bed? You staying up all night? I don't have access to that. Well, it let me cut it down. So, Bill, you you heard that part of my heritage is from your area. Uh, not a great lot, but 23%, I think. I don't think my grandma was from Sweden though. I think she was. I can't really remember because my grandma was gone by the time I came around. My dad was the baby of his family by 15 years. So my grandpa and grandma had kids, and they stopped having kids. And 15 years later, there was an accident, and my dad was born. So by the time my dad was old enough to have children, my grandparents were gone. And so I didn't get to know my grandparents. But I was told, and not everything you're told is true. So I was told that my grandma was from either Norway or is Norway different than which one's the Netherlands? Is the Netherlands Dutch? Because I think that's what she was, from the Netherlands. So I am kind of from your area, but I wasn't Swedish. And I don't know if anything I just said is true. Well, I know that what I said about my grandma was true, but I don't know a lot about Sweden and Norway and Netherlands and but I think my grandma. I think I said my grandma was from Norway, but I don't think that's right, because I remember them saying she was Dutch. I don't think Norwegians are Dutch, are they? Isn't that Netherlands? Or am I wrong? Oh yeah, safety issues, eh? Is that the only thing that keeps you out of the crane, bad weather, or does drinking keep you out? Boy, it sure took them long enough to do that DNA test on me. It was almost 2 months since I bought that. I got a pretty good price on it though. It was $90 and I got it for 36 or 39. I can't remember. Maybe it was 39. Okay, thanks, Bill. If I'm drunk, they won't let me up. That's what I was asking. I, I was just trying to put it politely. Look at the havoc you could do if you were up there. For those that don't know, Bill works in one of those big construction cranes that like are building skyscrapers. Those big things you see in the city that when they're building a skyscraper. Look at the stuff, the fun stuff you could do if you got up there drunk. Grab one of those big steel I-beams and start swinging it around. Come on. Get the stump. Get the stump. Uh-oh, I missed another stump behind me. Okay. Something's not working. I need to go check on combines and see what they're doing here. You know what I found on this map? The yields aren't very good on this map. These are huge fields, and I'm running. Okay. It's a gimme that I've got a modded combine and they hold a hell of a lot. Because it's got 400,000 already. And it's still not even half full. So this thing must hold a couple million. Even so, this is a huge field. The yields aren't that great. Uh-oh, this one's done. Alrighty. See, we got 2 million? No, 200,000. That ain't very good. That's not very good at all. Right, let me go get a truck. Or trailer. Tractor and trailer. I need to get some herbicide for these because I think they're out of herbicide. Yeah, well, I'm guessing it wouldn't be very fun to do it if you were scared of heights too. I'm scared to death of heights. I don't think I could even climb up into one of those. I'd be terrified. As far as stomach goes, I've got an iron stomach. I never get sick. When I get sick, I get cold symptoms, but when I'm sick, I don't lose my appetite. A lot of people lose their appetite when they're sick, and I don't get sick where I throw up. I've only thrown up once or twice in my life, and normally it was for something I did to myself. Oh, let's see. What do you got? Soybeans? Yeah, I'm going to store them because I use the soybeans to make pig food. So I'm going to store those. All right, let's go back and get that combine running on a different field. So let's go over and start canola. It's not ready. Canola's not ready. I can tell right now because it's still yellow. So I might have to sleep it off. Did Scorpion come on and he can't teleport today. He has to drive. Did he come on and say he was commuting? Dangershaw, hello. How are you? It's Danger? Danger? I screwed that one up, didn't I? How you doing today? All right, so yeah, we're gonna. Whoa! Don't do that. Do that. There we go. All right, I need to go. I need to go sleep it off because. Whoa! Ran over a cow. I got milked. All right, we need that canola to grow, so let's sleep it off. I don't know. It takes forever for canola to grow old. I'm doing great, sir. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it. That would be me. I would just say, if you told me that, I'd say, well, fix it. Just fix it. All right, so is it still not ready? No, still not ready. All right, let's sleep it off some more. Welcome, welcome, it says. See, that's I wouldn't have one of those floor mats that say welcome, because My home is my castle. Ain't nobody welcome unless I invite them. I think everybody's a vampire. And I'll never invite anybody in. Get thee behind. You bloodsucker. It's raining. It's pouring. Hey, look. It's ready to go, but of course it's raining. We can't have that. So, let's speed time up a little and see if we can get out of this rain. Boy, the wind blew and the you know what flew. They call the wind Mariah. One of my kids' friends had a friend named Mariah, and she was something else. Okay, now let's grab a combine and let her rip. Just single player. I used to have 3 servers that I paid for, but I couldn't get anybody to come in and play on them, so I just stopped paying for them. Well, the problem was, back then, I used to put out videos. I didn't stream, and I would put out 2-3 videos a day, and at some point, and then I stopped and would just do a video a day, and take the weekend off. But I was very busy, and so I didn't have time to get on the servers. And if I wasn't on myself, the server, nobody else would come on. So I ended up paying for 3 servers that nobody was using. So I finally didn't let them go. Well, and that was before. Now Giant has their own kind of a service, multiplayer. They didn't back then. That's very colorful. Face red, droopy eyes. Yeah, it was... On the servers, it was kind of hard because I generally play with a lot of mods. For example, my Fallout series that I'm doing right now, my live streams, is I've got 744 mods installed. When you're playing on a server like that, everybody used to have the same mods that I had. Exactly. So if they had a mod that did a particular thing, but it was a different mod than I had that did the same thing, then they couldn't come on the server. It had to be exactly the same mod that I had. And if I updated my mod, like if they added something to the mod and I updated it, nobody could come on the server until they updated. It's a pain in the butt. But that's just how they worked at that time, and they probably still do. So the best way to do it was just not to have any mods on. And then people would come on and play just, the generic game. But I haven't done that for a while. You remind me of Mass Effect, Shaw. Those big those big elephant-looking characters. I can't remember the species they were in Mass Effect. They talked with emotions, so they would say what they wanted to say, and express it as an emotion, like, you know, face turning red. I'm embarrassed. Eyes growing wet. I'm crying. You know, they talked like that. Oh, you just downloaded it. Okay. Have you played any of the Farm Sim games? I started at 13. If there was one before that, I don't know. There probably was. I started Farm Sim 13, 15, 17, 19, and now 22. So I've got thousands of hours on this game. All right, we'll let that go and move on. How's the corn guy doing? Oh, he's almost done. Sweet. We got Matt doing this. Who's on the other one? Blake. Blake's doing canola. It's a very relaxing game. I know a lot of people ask me, one, is it a fun game? Two, is it worth, you know, playing? I'll tell you how I used to play this game. I'd get home from work and I'd come in and have a corn to harvest. I would start my harvester and start farming, and then on the other PC or TV, I would either be watching a movie, watching YouTube. This isn't like a first-person shooter that you have to concentrate all the time. As a matter of fact, you can hire somebody to do the work for you, which is what I'm doing now. That guy's doing it. If I want to, I can jump into the rig and take it over, which I'll do right now because he's done. And but if you just hire a worker like that, like I'm doing right there, now I can sit and watch YouTube because I don't have to concentrate on what's going on unless there's a rock in the road or something, a tree to hit, something like that. Or if he does something like this, what the hell are you doing? Where's he going? He's going to back up all the way because of that rock right there. So anyway, unless you have to take over to do something like this, you don't have to concentrate. You can just relax, watch a YouTube, you know, movie, something like that. So in the long run, it's quite relaxing, or at least I thought so. All right, there's my corn. I want to run this to the corn dryer. Indian or Pakistani tractors. That's cool. All right. I just filled this up with propane just before the thing started. So let's get this pipe put out here. Alrighty, and while that's emptying, it looks like it's time for me to go. My time's up for today, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I don't like doing this by myself. Thanks for keeping me company. Hope you had a good time. It's Tuesday, The next live stream is going to be Thursday, same time, 1 to 3 my time, which is on West Coast. So, and then Friday is Fallout Friday. So I'll see you on Thursday, hopefully. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I hope to see you then. Ta-ta for now.